Well, there was a prediction which I got wrong, but I'm really pleased that I did. My name is Stephen Dawes. This is Palace to the Core. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell for notifications if you want the up-to-date news, views and reviews on Crystal Palace. And I'm talking about the Liverpool game, which happened yesterday as of recording this video. So, if you'd seen my preview video, you would have known that I wasn't expecting us to win this game. I thought that Liverpool, they just lost in Europe. They were probably going to be fired up. They want to solidify their position at the top of the table. I thought they were going to win. I thought that we would work hard. I thought we would try, maybe even score a goal or two. But I didn't think we were going to come away with 3 points. But we did. And it was a very good game, I have to say. So in terms of the personnel, it's pretty much the same. At least they started this time. And Jordan Ayew and Joel Ward were dropped to the bench. Klein had come in. And so it was actually a game which I thought was, one that hopefully we would play similar in the first half to the way we played against Manchester City. And we did. In fact, I think we played a little bit better than we played the first half against Manchester City. We weren't just sitting back and allowing them to come onto us and absorbing pressure. We were working out from the back. We were passing the ball around really quite well. A few little missed chances, a few little missed passes here and there, but in general terms, we were passing the ball really well. I think we were trying to get forward. We were creating space. We were working that left-hand side, which I think obviously Oliver Glasner and the analysts had probably worked out was their weak link, and they were because we kept channeling that left-hand side to try and get things happening, and it did seem to work. We were getting opportunities. We were getting chances. Some of them were really quite good chances. And then we had this wonderful goal from Eze. But the build-up was even better. It was something, well, depending on who you listen to, between 17 and 20 passes. Passed from, between Wharton and almost every player was involved. We had a good crossfield pass from Anderson. We had Tarek Mitchell getting down to the byline, crossing it in. A low pass across the goal. Eze just walking in and putting it in the back of the net. Now, yes, there were problems with Liverpool's defence. I don't think that they should have left him unmarked, obviously. And I think in hindsight they would have done better with it. But we had to score the goal, and we did score the goal. And it, I think, shocked Liverpool a little bit in that first half. And certainly for the rest of the half, we were doing pretty much the same thing. We were absorbing pressure, we were working well, and then when we had the ball, we were going forward and we were trying to cause problems, and we did. We caused quite a few problems. In fact, it could easily have been 2 or 3-0 by the end of the first half. So, it was a really good half of football. We played really well. Second half, I knew that Liverpool weren't going to settle for that. They were going to want to try and get something out of this game. So I knew they were going to be putting on the pressure in the second half, and they did. And this is usually the time in the previous games where we kind of capitulated a little bit, especially near the end of the game, and we've conceded goals. This time we didn't. We worked as a team. We worked together, both in offence and defence. And although it was primarily defence in the second half, we actually came away with the 3 points, and we worked incredibly hard. You could see every player out there was working very, very hard for not only for themselves but for each other. And I was really, really pleased with the result. I felt that it's a result and a display that I think has been coming. The last 2 or 3 games we've played well in the first half. We scored 2 goals against Man City, which is no easy thing. I knew that we had the ability there. It was just getting all the pieces to fit into place, and I think yesterday against Liverpool they very nearly did. It was as close to a great game of football I think that Oliver Glasner would want as you can get. I think perhaps as we get fitter and as the time goes on, I think maybe we'll be able to do more pressing in the second half than we did against Liverpool. But I think in overall terms it was a really, really good result for us. We worked incredibly hard, and Oliver Glasner said he was very proud to manage this team, and you can see the delight on the players' faces, and of course of those travelling fans. The absolute delight of being able to not only beat Liverpool, but beat Liverpool, who are title contenders, and get 3 points at the Anfield. That's a great situation indeed. And I felt there was some fantastic individual displays. Anderson last couple of games has been coming back to his best. I loved he's so good at those crossfield balls, and he did it quite a few times against Liverpool. Really, really good, really accurate passes. I felt Tarek Mitchell is kind of getting better even though it's not that natural position that he likes. He's getting better, he's getting forward more. Daniel Munoz played really well. Adam Wharton played really well. There wasn't really anybody who didn't play well. Even Will Hughes, yes, he made a couple of mistakes here and there, but in general, his passing was good. He was cool on the ball. He was getting us out of trouble. He was, breaking up the midfield, him and Adam Wharton. Jefferson Lerma had a really good game again at the back, a position he's not necessarily known for. He did incredibly well. I think Klein looks a little bit off pace at times, but I think he had a good game, and I think he tried as hard as he could in a position that's not natural to him. So, I think he tried really hard. Subs came on, and I felt that AU had a good spell when he came on. I thought actually he looked quite good when he came on. Riedewald came on and was okay. He didn't have the best displays, but then he's been out for a long time. But I felt that he was okay. All of the players that came on, Joel Ward came on and did well. I think it was a huge team performance that actually did incredibly well, and I'm really pleased that this has happened, because I think that there were people who were getting a little bit worried about the situation in the Premier League with us, in our position and things like this, and you could see there were improvements in every game since Oliver Glasner has taken over. There have been improvements, and I knew that it was just a matter of time before these improvements turned into a game like that. Happened a little bit sooner than I expected, but it's great to see that they are capable of that, and they are capable of playing a team against Liverpool. Obviously, there are things that need to be improved upon. They did give Liverpool chances here and there, which of course are going to happen. Henderson had a fantastic game, played really well, and on another day you'd probably want to limit those chances, but when you're playing Liverpool, you're going to have chances conceded against you, and I think Henderson had some really good saves. I think that he has cemented himself as the #1 goalkeeper at the moment until Sam Johnston comes back. He did a really good game as well. So I think, there are things that we can improve on. Did we have luck? Yes, we had a huge amount of luck at times, but sometimes you need luck, and sometimes you need to ride that luck. And we've had games this season where we've had no luck. So, it evens itself out over the period of time. So, yeah, I thought it was a really good performance, and a great 3 points puts us in a really good position. Hopefully this is something now that we can build on. We can continue to develop, and now that we know we can play this way, and now we know that we can get the results this way, hopefully it will now just be a matter of keeping to work on, getting fitter and fitter, and enjoying the way that we're playing. Because under Oliver Glasner, you can see that he's a man who likes to pick up on the weaknesses of other teams. Previously, we've had managers who have, set out their way of playing to a certain degree, and been like, well, we'll just play our way and let them play their way. And to a certain extent, Oliver Glasner says that. He says, we can only prepare for the way we want to play, and that's absolutely right. But he is very good at picking out the weaknesses of the opposition and using that to his advantage. And you can see it in the last couple of games where you can see obvious weaknesses in the opposition team that he may not have noticed before, but he seems to have noticed it, and his analysts have noticed it, and they've used that as leverage to try and get into the defence and score goals for the opposition, and that seems to be working really well. So it's great to have this man who can tailor the team and the approach of the game depending on who you're playing, because that's the best way to do it. So yeah, I was really pleased with the result, really pleased with the way that we played, and I hope now that this is going to be something that we can build on, and that it's not going to be one of those things where we have a really good game and we have a run of bad games. Hopefully now this is going to be a progression of us steadily improving. It's not going to be a rise from now on. We're going to have ups and downs still, but I'm hoping that we're going to have a kind of more steady progression. It's not going to be up and down too much. It's going to be a more steady progression. That's all we can hope for. We've only got a few games left of the season, and considering how long he's had to prepare the teams, I think he's done an absolutely fantastic job so far. But let me know down in the comment section what you think. What did you think of the game? What do you think of the tactics that we employed? And also, what do you think of our chances of beating other teams going forward? Our prospects for the rest of this season. Because we're not going to be challenging for Europe this season. But let me know what you think now that you've seen that game and you've seen how we've played. what's your opinion on where you think we're going to go from here? Let me know down in the comment section what you think, or you can email me at footballtothecall@gmail.com, and I would love to have your thoughts on this. Let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you next time.